If you are born on the 8th of the month, the 17th of the month, or the 26th of the month, you are a birth number 8, and your ruling or controlling planet is Saturn. Now, going into year 1, which is 2026, you guys will be heavily focused in on your career going into year 1. Your career will be your number one priority. If you're a business owner, your business will be your number one priority going into year 1. There may be issues and or conflicts with your boss and or authority figures. And the reason why you guys may feel that conflict or struggles with your authority figures, bosses, or anything, so to speak, you may go into year 1 feeling like you're not getting what you deserve, or the people around you isn't getting what they deserve. You might even take a stance against authority, your authority figures, or your bosses going into year 1. You might also become a workaholic, or your work might increase going into year 1, because remember, Saturn and Sun meeting up in year 1. Year 1 is ruled by Sun, and Saturn and Sun is enemies. So this is why you guys can possibly be facing some conflicts, or your work can increase, or you could just be heavily focused in on your work, your career, or become that workaholic in year 1. Some of you guys might even find a new way of dealing with work. You might find a new way of dealing with work responsibilities. There might even be some type of sacrifice that might have to be made in year 1 when it comes to your career, your business, or something along those lines. Some of you guys may even reinvent yourself going into year 1, but it's going to take a lot of work because Saturn is work. Now, some of you guys might get the opportunity to even go into a position of authority. Some of you guys might get the opportunity to become your own boss. But when and if you guys do step into a new position, because 1 represents something new. So you being ruled by Saturn, taking that energy of being somebody that works hard, like all of the work, all of the hard work that you've done in the last couple of years, year 7, year 8, year 9, can manifest in year 1. And so with that being said, some of you guys might step into a new position of power and authority going into year 1. But you guys have to remember to keep those egos in check and not misuse your power and not misuse your authority, especially if you have heavy Saturn aspects in your natal chart, because the Sun rules the ego. Now, going into year 2, if you do step into a position of power and authority and you don't have that ego in check, there can be consequences to you misusing your power and authority going into year 2. Now, if you're someone that is on your 4th Jupiter cycle, so the 4th Jupiter cycle is the people between the ages of 36 and 50. If you're on your 4th Jupiter cycle, you guys will probably be the ones that will really benefit and thrive the most in year 1 because of experience and because of maturity of Saturn. If you're on your 3rd cycle of Jupiter, you might make some mistakes because, again, you guys are still learning that lesson. And a lot of you guys that are in your 3rd cycle, more than likely, you're just coming out of your first Saturn return. So you're still kind of, dealing with some of the lessons that come with being a birth number 8. And another reason why people that are in their 3rd cycle, Jupiter third cycle people are between the ages of 24 and 36. The reason why you guys might struggle a little bit more with making mistakes in year one is because the ego is becoming more balanced going into year one. Going into year one, birth number eight, you might even show people how hardworking you are or how hard you can work, but that also can make people hate you as well. Also, for people that are are not going in their Jupiter cycle number three, some of you guys may need to develop a new skill going into year one. All right, birth number eight, I pulled a few cards for you guys, and the first card that came out was the Ace of Wands, and that represents year one, year number one. So going into year number one, yes, you guys will definitely start something new when it comes to your career and or your business. Some of y'all might step into a new position of power, a new position of authority with this Emperor card here, the Emperor being in reverse. So there's two different messages that I'm getting. Some of you guys will have will clash or will have issues with your bosses and or your authority figures, because you guys are ruled by Saturn, and we're going into year one, and one rules the sun, and the sun rules authority figures. Well, Saturn rules authority figures too, but one rules the ego. So with the Emperor being in reverse right here with the Ace of Wands, there can definitely be some clashes with you guys as far as your bosses and your authorities. This is being confirmed. So that's one message that I'm getting. And then the other message that I'm getting is some of you guys may step into a new position of power. Some of you guys may step into a new position of authority going into year one, right? Something new. But you have to be careful to not let it get to your head. You have to make sure you guys are being responsible with your newfound authority, your newfound power, your newfound position. Don't be too power hungry. Don't take advantage of people. Don't, you know, take your newfound power, your newfound authority, and use it to, mistreat people, misuse people, because it'll backfire on you, especially going into year two. It will definitely backfire on you. So make sure you guys are being responsible going into year one in new positions of power and authority. Keep your egos in check. You don't want to be that boss that's, you know, everybody hate to see coming. You got that boss that every time you come around, you hiding. You know what I'm saying? Or you make it hard for people to work with you. You're just problematic. You're just that tyrant boss that is very nitpicky and very petty and very, just ill. You don't want to be that boss. You don't want to do that. It is your time, bird number eight. It's your time to step into a new position of power and authority. But listen, if you have not done the work in year nine, or even in year eight, and you coming into this new position of power and authority, guess what? Just like you rose up, you can rise right on back down. So just make sure you remain humble going into your year one, birth number eight, because y'all are some of the most hard working, dedicated people on the planet. But again, we're going into the year one, which is ruled by the sun. The sun is ruled by the ego, so there can definitely be some ego flare-ups going into your year one. All right. And again, if you got some bosses that, that's just intolerable, make sure make sure you don't. Some of y'all might find yourself leaving a position. Some of y'all might find yourself leaving a position because of a boss that's difficult and hard to work with. All right. So good luck to you, bird number eights, going into year one. And I wish you all the best of luck.